Right. Hey, welcome back to BCB Live. We're the safest station in the nation. Drive Safe Dave. We're joined by Mr. Zach. Zach, what's going on today, sir?
Hey, good morning here from just north of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you guys are actually close to my roots, my mother's stomping grounds, close to Davenport, Iowa, there for that I-80. So
Oh
that
yeah.
was cool to hear
No,
that
we
you're
were
there.
at, we stayed in Davenport, right?
Yeah, we stayed in
No.
Davenport. Yeah,
Yeah,
downtown. Kind of little noisy at night. It was a little crazy
I'm
going
going to
on.
tell you something. Davenport itself, the city of Davenport, downtown, it really caught me off guard. That place was going on. There were some parties going on. I don't know where the kids were at during the daytime, but at nighttime, they were out partying and roaming the streets of Davenport.
hey, why not? Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that myself. My grandmother and a lot of families still live in that area, but yeah, we have Iowa roots. My grandfather, who started our agency back in 1974, he's from Iowa as well. So that is we're right in the heartland here.
Hey, let's just jump into it then. Talk to us a little bit about the agency.
Yeah, we're third generation. So 1974, my grandfather opened up our agency. My father actually was, ironically, bringing up Davenport again, was a teacher right after college in Davenport at North Scott High School there. And he had a motorcycle accident, became disabled from work for a little bit. So he came up and did some shadowing, hung out with his parents, and decided, you know what, I think I want to join the business with my father versus teaching. I'll be honest, it was a financial decision there. It was we all know it's an underpaid position.
Oh, yeah.
So he joined in 1981. My mother actually joined in 1992. I jumped in 2002 and have been doing that since. So I'm coming up on 20 years myself. So yeah, that's our longevity here, and it's been since the mid 80s that my family's been working with the transportation space. So we've been around with the trucking industry for quite a few years, over 35 years now.
So when it comes to that transportation industry, the independent contractors, company drivers in general, hey, what exactly are you selling them?
Yeah, we focus on the employee benefit package menu. So you're going to talk about everything from health insurance, dental, disability, life insurance, all the way down to connections with like 401k. Because when you look at surveys, a lot of times the drivers are looking for health insurance and retirement. Like those are the top two, which I'm glad to hear it wasn't health and dental, because dental is kind of one of those luxury benefits, if you ask me. So really, it's uh, we focus on helping those small to mid-sized fleets get access to that same, I'm going to call it like a power menu, to attract drivers and retain drivers like they would if they were to go to one of the really big boys out there. Because if you go on their websites, they boast about how big those benefit menus are, and we want to level that playing field even for those smaller fleets, even down to two drivers. And recently, we've actually gained a contract to be able to get a truly valuable health plan for those independent owner operators across all 50 states. That's within the last 2 weeks. So that's exciting news for us. But yeah, that's our sweet spot. We're connected to a lot of relationships outside of that, but that's exactly where our sweet spot lies.
Talk to me a little bit about that health insurance plan. Let's just kind of jump inside of that for the independent contractor, 1, 2, 25 trucks. What kind of, is it just one plan, many plans? Talk to us a little bit about that.
So my viewpoint on health insurance is create a space for employees and owner operators where it's not, I have health insurance, but I'm avoiding medical treatment because of bills still. That's the way I like to operate with my own plan and my own family here. So we're strategic on the carriers. We're not just trying to grab I'm going to just call them big box carriers, your huge Blue Cross, Aetna's, of the world. But the cool thing about what the Affordable Care Act has done, everybody else, a lot of listeners will call it Obamacare, but it's kind of fizzled out, as you've noticed. Not too many Obamacare statements anymore. But the ACA transformed some new carriers to come to the market to solve that minimum essential coverage category, which that's not what we focus on, but that brought some new carriers to the mix, and they've had so many years to expand and be creative with some new health plans. So we've sought out some really cool relationships there. We offer, now it's more than just a four, but our common kind of go-to is a four plan option that has no deductible. it's only copays. So that's like my childhood upbringing right there. So you go to the doctor and here's $40 and you're taken care of. We're getting that experience put in place with our smaller groups, like I said, even down to 2 on the group side, and even on our independent owner operator plans that we're doing now. Your what we call everyday care portion of the plan has no copay. So even if you go to the chiropractor, if you go to get your lab work, if you're going to the doctor just because you're feeling ill, free if you use their network and their phone app. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, we're just trying to make it so it's not a medical bill avoidance situation, and just people seek care, because we all know when you avoid even a minor medical condition, it can turn into something that's going to keep you off the road much longer than it should have.
What about some of the pharmacies? Are you also involved with that? The deductibles, the co-pays on some of those pills for high blood pressure or whatever?
Oh yeah, those all land in copays too. So we're expecting like $5, $10 or less. If it's underneath the cost of what that copay level is, you don't pay the copay just because. You pay the lesser amount of the two always. I'm a big Costco fan. Not a plug for Costco, but that's where we get any type of medications for my family. You got to be a consumer in all levels of the process for your medical coverage and your prescription needs and everything.
How's the feedback been on some of these benefits that you've brought to them? Because I can assure you there's probably some genuine skepticism on insurance from the past and costs of the past as they come to you today. How's that feedback been?
Yeah, we get that exactly. It takes a little bit to sink in on it, and that's a pretty proud moment for us, is when people feel that too good to be true. Like, what are you talking about? Too good to be true. But again, the reason that these really cool plans have been developed is because they were forced into a new segment, and they built off of that. So they've had at least 10 years to build off of these new unique approaches to medical insurance to make sure that people have care. So I just really say, hey, stay open-minded, that understanding we're different because we've been in this industry this whole time. So we've seen these things develop and change, but the common consumer and a lot of the older brokerages out there, they have these really long-standing relationships with the big carriers, and they're going to expect to put some numbers up with them, obviously. So we're approaching it a little bit differently. So yeah, happy to show people, and we deliver proposals a little bit different, I think, than a lot of people do. So if there's other salespeople on here that are listening, they might steal a little bit of this. But we understand how busy and how everybody's busy. I shouldn't just say just the busy, but there's so many different variables in the transportation space that drop of a dime, if there's a truck issue, I guarantee that we are not going to keep our appointment, and they're not going to keep the appointment with us, so we can show the benefit package information over to them. So we pulled the plug on the traditional process, and we put together proposal videos. We record them and we send them. So when they have that moment where they can step aside and actually get educated on some benefit options for their fleet or themselves even, we take that step and just deliver that. So when we come back to actually have that conversation, it's a few little questions getting through that too good to be true moment on the health plan specifically. And it just has smoothed out so much. And I don't know about you guys, but even salespeople aren't that excited to meet with salespeople. So we also embrace, human nature. We are humans. So taking the human salesperson out of the process and just getting that delivered video has been a game changer for us to be able to help people.
So Zach, when you talk about these videos that you're going to, and I understand that, are they broken down into segments, into parts, so that it make it easier for the guy watching it or the gal watching it in the truck? They have a better opportunity.
When we do the videos for the enrollment, the process for the enrollment side, and we do all the enrollment hands off for them. We just talk over the phone most of the time, maybe Zoom if they want to. The proposal video, though, is typically going to the owner of the company.
Right.
So that's what's the benefits, what's the steps, what's on your plate, what's on our plate, all of that's just laid out. So it's a little bit longer, but it removes 2 meetings really from the process, which has been cool. When it comes to educating the drivers and the staff before they actually launch an enrollment, we're still using a video platform to deliver segments and micro videos. Just like YouTube, you see all those little library of videos that these people have. Like, we break down products So if you don't need life insurance and you want to skip to just learning about some critical illness coverage out there, you click that tile and then just absorb that, send it to your spouse, your loved one that helps you with decisions, because we get that a lot, as you can imagine. I'm busy. They handle that. Can you talk to them? Sure. Send that to them. We'll talk to them and get most of it figured out, but we'll come back to you for some electronic signatures, right? We got to get those done from the right person.
Yeah, this industry that we're in is big time, runs around relationships. Talk to me about what you do to really bolster that relationship between the driver and BFT.
Stay human, right? I think that's the main thing. I coach all of my sales team on, I don't think everybody should be buying everything unless, they get super excited about, or I shouldn't be starting with everything, because I'll be honest, I have pretty much everything on the menu now. But there's staple benefits that protect ourselves, our family, and it rolls into, protecting your business when you're an owner operator, because that truck is your business and your ability to pay for that truck. So to me, health insurance is a staple. Disability coverage is a staple. Life insurance, there's a need balance there. Not everybody needs it. If it's just final expenses they take care of, but they already have that taken care of. I'm not saying everybody needs to have a life insurance policy, but if you're financially protecting people, you need to have something. And you have kids, you have a mortgage, those types of things. But we coach our sales team and our benefit counselors that actually have those conversations about focusing on the staple benefits first, and not just going top to bottom and say, hey, you want to buy that? Sure, I'll help you with your app. It's a human to human conversation to make sure that the things that they feel are important are addressed. And then if we need to uncover a little bit of hard conversation, not a pushy conversation, but I'm sorry, I'm the type of person, if I hear you have 3 kids and you don't have a life insurance policy and they're all still in grade school, high school type of thing, you need something. That's just it's a biased opinion, but if I didn't have that conversation with people, I don't think I'd be doing our job the right way. So yeah, that's our approach with the whole process on benefits is stay, human, stay casual. As you can see, I rock a baseball cap in the insurance space, not too common. That's our big thing with our whole culture here, is just to be real with people.
Hey, some of the resources that drivers can get through your website or through your company. Hey, can you dive into a little bit of that?
Yeah, on our website, I'm probably a little too loosey-goosey about this and transparent to get access to some things, but literally we have a form on our website, and even just by filling out that form on the fleet side, for sure, or even just the small business, because we help dispatch and brokers, and I have a recruiting client. So yes, the drivers are probably the spot that needs the help the most, but we do trickle into the segments of the transportation space. We have a form on our website that you fill that out, which is, I think it's probably less than 30 seconds to take that form and fill it out, just so we know what state you're in, how many people are part of your organization. And then we literally delivered that proposal that quickly without even picking up the phone and grilling you first, because we're in that generation now where everybody has access to Google. People want information before they actually take a step into that space. We don't want to, I explained it this way. Nobody wants to step into a completely dark room without somebody shining a light on something. And we got to think through that process just like that. So that's what we do. But yeah, our website has a lot of content, a lot of information. The outline of one of the main health plans that we do for the group side is on there. Literally, you click it, you'll see it. We're not trying to hide things and do throw just a little carrot out there to start that conversation. So we're just doing things different. And thanks to the pandemic for us, it forced a lot of change, and it has developed a much better space for us of how we operate.
And talk about that website. Let's go ahead and since we've mentioned it, let's go ahead and what is the website address? How do they contact you? How do they get a hold of you? And how do they look at and fill out that form?
Yeah, so BenefitsforTrucking.com, and it's FOR. So BenefitsforTrucking.com is our main website that you're going to get onto. I made another domain name link for ProtectMyDrivers.com that goes directly to the health plan specifically. So there's conversations we have that, hey, all I want to do is get health insurance offered. So that is an option right there. But yeah, our website's pretty simple. I was fortunate to get a domain name that is exactly who we are, and BenefitsforTrucking.com was available. So I was pumped about that.
By the way, just real quick, I'm going to ask you your video proposals. Are they over the top? Are they good? How do you star in your videos? I'm just curious.
What was the last thing you asked?
Do you star in your own videos?
No, my voice. Yeah. And when we make the custom videos for the companies, I buy domain names for our clients because we do via text link reach outs to all the drivers and the staff. So we don't need to have it be screaming benefits for trucking. Here's your benefit package. We want it to be, abcfleet-benefits.com, and they have their own custom 24/7 365 access point.
Oh, wow.
But and we don't charge for anything we do on these extra little bells and whistles. We know what we need to support ourselves, our families, etc. So we just want to do what we can to make sure it's a good experience across the board and a trusted experience, because we all get spam text messages, and last thing you want is an insurance person spamming you and bringing some insurance options to click on. We don't do that. So yeah, that's how we do things. A little bit different, a little bit polished, and I don't need to be on camera as much as necessary when I'm talking to employees. If they want to jump on video, as you can tell, I'm happy to jump on a video call with anybody.
All right, so if you're out there and you're looking for some insurance, you're an independent contractor, maybe you have 5, 10, 15 trucks as well, you're trying to find a place out there for life insurance, somebody to talk to a little bit about your benefits. Listen, let me tell you, talk to Zach and his team at Benefits for Trucking. Hey, Zach, we're going to end this conversation. Before we do, Drive Safe Dave has got to ask you a question.
Zach, what I need you to do is I need you to say your name, who you're with, and that you're watching BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. Can you do that for us?
You bet. I am Zach Swartzendruber with Benefits for Trucking, and I watch BCB Live, the safest station in the nation.
All
All
right.
right. Hey, Zach, appreciate you, buddy, and we'll see what we can do. Like what you sell out there. We've got to find a way to help these independent contractors, get healthy, stay healthy, and not avoid some of these doctor bills as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Great service that you provide in letting them know and bringing something to the table that they can utilize.
Thank you. Yeah, it's an honor. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day.
Appreciate you,
Thanks,
Zach.
Zach.
All right,
Thank
Drive Safe, Dave. Again, we continue with, with some of these interviews, and it's important you know, is that they're there to help educate you on ways to make your business, say, more successful. We want to make sure we're giving you or feeding you that information. It's what we do here on BCB Live. We're going to come right back. Coming up next is Double Check Dale with a little bit of weather.
And safety.
Safety following the weather, and I don't know if the weather's changed other than hot. That's all his job. He's got the easiest job in the history. It's hot, and then he's done. Not even hard. Anybody can do that, but he is coming up next on BCB Live.